During the job, I can switch to the other one. Then it just release one and then pick up the new one. And then usually it will go to the calibration. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been some time since my last video. During this time period, I was actually working on some improvements. Since I published the project, there are some requests also to support different nozzles that are on the market. So as you can see here, this is the very popular Juki nozzle, which basically everybody is using, and I got a request to support this type of nozzle. I have then developed this one. This is the new nozzle which can support this Juki nozzle, as you can see here. There are actually some points I want to improve also in the previous nozzle head I was designing. This one, which is good, but then one thing is to assemble this one. It's a bit difficult. One thing is because this nozzle has the same diameter from top to bottom, and in order to also hold those springs in between, that means there will be a little bit ring to hold this plastic in place. Therefore, it make it a bit difficult to actually to insert into the bearings. Therefore, in this new design, I actually reduced the diameter. So basically, on the upper part, it's still the same diameter, but then the lower part, it's reduced to the smaller diameter. So basically, it will be easier to assemble the nozzle head. And then I also made some changes on the mechanism to hold the spring. So you can see there are two dots here, which make it very straightforward or very easy to mount the spring holder in position. And then the other thing is, here you can see, because the diameter of this one has been reduced, in order to keep the strength, I also changed the design of this the end of this nozzle. So basically here I make it a little bit open, so it will be easier to fit the Juki nozzle, but still it keeps the certain strengths. So, and then you can hear the clicking sound. That's because I also introduced some clicking inside, so that it can keep the nozzle in place. So you can keep the nozzle in place with this shape. So you can hear that. And actually, in order to make it airtight, I also leave a place inside to be able to put in the sealing ring. So when you put in this nozzle head, it will be airtight. So this is the improvement I have. And then because this one is actually quite popular nozzle head, I also make the printed nozzle head before I have this one. Now I also make the new nozzle head, which can be compatible with the Juki nozzle. Therefore, this one is quite expensive. Usually, you can get it like around $7 to $10 each. But then with the newly designed printable version of the nozzle tip, it could be cheaper. So that's basically an alternative. So basically, with this new nozzles, it will be able to support both printed and the Juki nozzle. And then in order to make it easier to use the Juki nozzle, I also designed a station the Juki nozzle change station, as you can see here. Actually, you could take it out this and then slice in. Yeah, so then it's actually can use still the same nozzle head, and then to change the nozzle during use. And I have also got some requests to make some printed parts. Therefore, I printed some of those parts. I will put it also on my website. You can have a look. And then also I pre-assemble some of the nozzle head as well. If you're interested, you can also go to the website and have a look. So basically, with this pre-assembled ones, you can just mount it to your 3D printer. If let's say the model is the same, then you can just use it. Otherwise, you can also send me the dimension of your 3D printer, the hot and bed, the screw holes, positions. Then I will be able to make an adapter for you, and then you can just use. But of course, you still need some modification for your printer to basically adapt. Okay, so now I have lowered down the camera so you can see here. This is the new version of the nozzle, and then these are the nozzle change station, and these are different size of nozzle. So I can actually I now have two nozzles in here. Now I will use the machine. Use the open PMP to say mount one of the nozzles. So I will first mount the smaller one. So now you can see it actually pick up the smaller nozzle, and I can actually release it, and then I can put in a new one, which is this one, I think. Yes. So now you can see it pick up the new nozzle, and while it's picking up, because of this clicking effect I mentioned before, it was quite stable. And then I can also release it, and during the drop you can actually switch. I will put back this one because I just remove it from here. So now if I say I'm having a mounted one of the nozzle, and then I do the calibration, I do everything. When it's done, I can say during the job I can switch to the other one, then it just release one and then pick up the new one, and then usually it will go to the calibration here, which is also quite straightforward. Yeah, these are the one thing I have been working on, and I will release this because in order to use this new nozzle, the nozzle had also been redesigned in order to fit this new nozzle, and then also the nozzle change, and also the new nozzle tips, the printed version. I will release them in the website, and for the people who has already got the advanced version, then you can just go to the website and then download the advanced version. I will put that into that, so you can just directly download the upgrades. And then I will also put the other parts into the GitHub, so with this one, so you can also have it. And you probably noticed that I have another board here. So I basically designed a new board, and this is the interesting project I was working on, because when I'm using this one, this is the manual ones. I need to still use my hand to rotate the tape once a while, just to make the component going forward. But then I still want to make it even easier. Therefore, I started the project of making a auto Kasai feeder. So my idea is basically when the nozzle here pick up a component, it will be automatically going forward to the next position. So which will make it even easier for people to use the components. So but it's still in the phase of developing. So I will share more detail in the next videos. I also make improvement to the board, to the baseboard here, because this one's still the old one, but then I already designed it a new one and asked for printed out through third party, because my printer I'm not able to print this ones. So the new design is basically thicker, so make it more solid, and so that it will have a better stability when you change the nozzles, or maybe plug in the new feeders. And then I also send the new nozzle tip, which compatible to Juki nozzle, to the third party for 3D print. When it's coming back, I will also share some more information. Thanks for watching. If you see this video is interesting for you, just like and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video.